Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. The Dallas Cowboys have been making headlines all season, but not necessarily for positive reasons. While they have not had to deal with the legal and social drama that some Kansas City Chiefs players have brought upon themselves, they have had plenty of internal questions that have creeped into the realm of public knowledge. For instance, there have been multiple reports of tension between owner Jerry Jones and head coach Mike McCarthy. The former Green Bay Packers head coach was not given a contract extension after the Cowboys' blowout loss to McCarthy's old team in the wild card round of the NFL playoffs, making him a lame duck coach this year. Jones has not exactly added great talent to the roster this offseason, making McCarthy's outlook for success in 2024 dubious at best. In addition to this conflict, the Cowboys have had some complicated contract negotiations with three of their biggest stars. Wide receiver CeeDee Lamb is officially holding out of training camp as he continues his quest for a new deal. Micah Parsons is due for a major extension as well, though he is present at camp. The Dallas Cowboys have also been trying to extend quarterback Dak Prescott. Another high-profile contract negotiation that Dallas has undertaken this offseason is that of Pro Bowl quarterback Dak Prescott. Last season, Prescott finished second in NFL MVP voting after completing 69.5% of his passes for 4,516 yards, 36 touchdowns, which led the league, just 9 interceptions, and a 105.9 passer rating. Over the course of the offseason, two other NFL quarterbacks inked lucrative contracts that many believe have driven up Prescott's asking price. The Detroit Lions gave Jared Goff $53 million per year over 4 years, and the Jacksonville Jaguars gave Trevor Lawrence $55 million over 5 years. Add in that Packers quarterback Jordan Love is expected to get a contract extension of his own that will be worth more than what Lawrence is making, and Prescott's asking price could go even higher. One NFL insider certainly thinks that it will. Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott could become the first NFL player to make $60 million a year. According to NFL insider Diana Rossini, Prescott likely will not sign his contract until after Love does in Green Bay, which could take a few weeks. When Prescott does get his deal, it could be to be richest offer in contract history. However, Love might only hold that title for a few weeks. That's because the Dallas Cowboys are working hard to get Dak Prescott's deal done. Prescott could be the first quarterback to break the $60 million per year barrier. The $60 million per year number is one that has been thrown around for a few weeks now regarding Prescott. It is interesting, though, that it keeps on coming up. If that is the figure that he is centered on, it is no wonder it is taking so long for the two sides to come to an agreement. Disappointing Cowboys playmaker predicted for biggest breakout. It's difficult, with days left before the start of training camp in California and 3 Cowboys stars in need of contract extensions, to find a lot to be happy about in Dallas. But if the Cowboys could emerge from the next 6 weeks with a clearer idea of how their wide receiver room is shaping up, well, that would be a step in the right direction, especially if CeeDee Lamb gets a new deal in the process. If we assume Lamb sticks around, and he is the most likely to get paid, more even than quarterback Dak Prescott and edge rusher Micah Parsons, the Cowboys' next challenge is to identify and bring along a quality number 3 receiver behind Lamb and Brandon Cooks, especially with Cooks hitting free agency next offseason. The Cowboys not only need a number 3 for this year, they need a guy who plays well enough to become a number 2 next year. That's why there is plenty of hope that a July 20th prediction from Bleacher Report, which has third-year receiver Jalen Tolbert tabbed as the Cowboys' breakout player for 2024, turns out to be correct. Cowboys will have competition for number 3 role. Writing in an article titled, "Predicting Every NFL Team's Biggest Breakout of the 2024 NFL Season," analyst Matt Holder notes that Tolbert has only had limited opportunities to this point, but with the release of Michael Gallup, who had been expected to be the team's number 3 receiver but struggled last year, the chance is there for Tolbert. While Tolbert hasn't been very productive so far with just 24 catches and 280 yards during his first 2 seasons, he should be in line for a bigger role this fall. The Cowboys let Michael Gallup and Tony Pollard go in the offseason, and those two combined for 124 targets in 2023. Someone within Dallas' receiving corps is destined to get a bigger role this season. It might as well be the former third-round pick. There will be competition for the role, though. Primarily, the Cowboys figured to give Jalen Brooks, a 7th-round pick last season, a look as the number 3 man, and undersized return man Cavani Turpin will get a chance, too. The Cowboys have high hopes for rookie Ryan Flournoy, too, who was picked in the 6th round, but he might not be ready for a bigger role yet. Way too early forecast for Bill Belichick's next team. The 2024 season will mark the first in 38 years that Bill Belichick has not coached in some capacity at the NFL level. While the 72-year-old turned down an assistant job with the San Francisco 49ers, a return to the sidelines in 2025 is all but assured. The question of where Belichick ultimately lands is still far from being decided, but it's never too early to dissect the possibilities. Here's an updated look at several potential fits and why those landing spots make sense. Belichick on Cowboys. Mike McCarthy has struggled to get the Cowboys over the hump, going 1-3 in the postseason over 4 seasons. Meanwhile, 2024 is a lame duck year for the head coach, entering the final year of his contract. Barring a Super Bowl victory or a very deep playoff run, McCarthy's time is likely up. If so, the Cowboys will need to make a big splash, and there's none bigger than Belichick, who former head coach Eric Mangini believes would be the best option for Dallas. Perhaps Belichick coming to Arlington is fate. After all, he told Jerry Jones in 1996 not to forget about him if an opportunity presented itself, something the Cowboys owner has admitted in the past to thinking about often. What do you think? Leave your opinion in the comments and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next video.